Rachael. I'm from Rachael Consulting, and I'm also chair of a national marketing organisation, AMDIS. Listening to your stakeholders, and in particular to your current parental body, is a really essential part of any school marketing strategy. Time allowing, this should be a really regular feature of your communications activity. Focus groups enable you to drill right down into the heart of parental feeling. However, it's essential that you approach this in the right way. The following is a step-by-step guide to help you ensure that the grapevine is buzzing for all the right reasons. So who should you be listening to? Well, ideally all your stakeholders. So that includes current parents, prospective parents, local community. But for the purposes of today, we're just going to talk about current parent focus groups. And what do you want to find out? This might be something as a response to surveys and questionnaires that you've done already with the parental body. It might be before you make a change, such as a rebrand, or changing a parents' evening structure, for example. And you should also always know why you want to have the focus groups, what you want to find out, and why you want to find it out. For example, is it to inform your marketing strategy or your school's development plan, or is it to give SLT some direction? So 10 easy steps then. First of all, you need to choose the participants. You should involve as many people as you can, or put it out to as many people as you can. So for example, if the focus group was about catering, that would be applicable to all the parents in the school. So you'd send the invitation out to all those parents. But do explain at this point that places are limited. You're only looking for about 8 to 10 people for each session. Ensure there's an even spread represented from year groups, from gender, and of interest. And then select at random. Don't be afraid to include the more vocal parents that we all know and love, but ensure there's a balance as well. And as I've said, ideally keep numbers to anywhere between perhaps 6 and 10 parents. It's really important that if you're oversubscribed, to offer those who don't make the group the chance to input their thoughts via email or telephone. In terms of running the group, you should have a facilitator who's completely neutral, who's very objective, and who doesn't belong to the senior management or the senior leadership team of the school. You can't expect parents to be candid and honest in their views if you've got senior leadership there. Ideally, the facilitator would be someone from outside the school, but if not, then the school's marketing department, someone who's experienced in running groups, would be fine. In terms of time and location, I suggest that you offer 2 groups, one in the daytime, one in the evening, so you're accommodating both working and non-working parents, and that the sessions last for about 1.5 hours. The location can be on school premises, that's fine. In fact, it probably helps some parents who are dropping off children at the school. But you do want to be away from noisy pupils and completely away from senior leadership teams. To record or not to record, that is indeed the question. There are arguments for and against, but I tend to not record and opt to have a note taker instead. If you are taking notes, it's important that the facilitator of the group isn't the note taker, and have a note taker separate who can keep very detailed notes. If you are going to record, it's crucially important that you explain that all comments will be confidential, and I'll come to this a little later on. So structure the session. Before the session, spend a lot of time talking amongst your marketing team, your senior leadership team, about exactly what you want to find out, and make sure that there's a definite structure so that you can keep people on track, and make sure you ask open-ended questions, not closed questions. It's important that you set the ground rules, explain to the focus group exactly what's going to happen, how many people are involved, that we should take turns and listen to each other's opinions and so on, perhaps as you would with a group of school children. It's important as well that people know about confidentiality. You need to guarantee that comments can be made anonymously. Obviously, you'll be passing comments on that are made during the focus groups, but people need to feel that they can speak freely and easily, and that it's important that they know that you won't apportion names to any particular comments. It's important that you keep the group on track. You will get parents who want to go off at a tangent and talk about different subjects, but it's really important that you stay focused on the topics and the areas that you're trying to find out more about. If parents do go off track, allow them a little bit of leeway, but then try to bring them back within the next couple of minutes or so. It's important that you explain to parents what you're going to do with the information, how it will be used, who you're going to pass on the information to within the school, within the governing body perhaps, and how that information will be used. And equally important is how you report back. Parents are much more likely to volunteer for these sessions if they see that there's feedback coming back from the senior leadership team. You can explain to the parents that they can't expect to have every single one of their demands or suggestions met, but that usually it leads to really good changes in the school, and these are reported back on a regular basis. So thanks for listening. I hope that's been useful. And if you'd like to know any more about focus groups or any other aspect of schools marketing, just check into the school's marketing advice website. Thank you.